Hey, thank you all for watching this week's study guide. I hope that you have a good class or a good discussion or even a good personal study time as you go through and we follow up on this week's message. Real simple question as we begin. Who do you trust? Do you trust the Lord or do you place your trust in other places? Feel free after I ask the questions to pause and discuss those questions. And I hope again that you have a good time and that the Lord speaks to you through His Word today. Here we go. We're in Psalm 40. Let's just begin with verse 1 and 2. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. Boy, there's all kinds of ways to say that. Different versions say it, but nonetheless, we're pulled out of a mucky, grimy pit. And so that's a poetic way, which of course the Psalms do. It's a poetic way of saying I was in a bad way and God pulled me out. So let me just ask you this. Has there ever been times in your life where you've been in a place of such despair, a place where that you've been in what we call a slimy pit? And if you've been there, would you share that with everybody? Or maybe you might be able to think of something that if you were to be in that situation, it would be a despair for you. So go ahead and have a few moments to talk about that. Now we go on with the second half of verse 2. He set my feet on a rock. He gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in Him. Wow, what a beautiful thing to know that we were in a bad place, but God has taken us out of that and set our feet upon the rock. And so we've all, if we've been saved, been that. We were lost. We were separated from God. We were headed for the eternal pit of destruction. He took us out of that and placed us on the firm foundation of Jesus Christ, for whereby we can stand. So we're thankful for that. But here's the question. Can you think of times when God has delivered you, when He has brought you out of the pit? Not where you were now, but where He took you to. Can you think of times where He put you on a rock and established you? Go ahead and talk about that. Now, as a follow-up to that question, the second part of this verse that we just read deals with, He put a new song in my mouth. Many will see and fear the Lord. Let me ask you this. This is an important question. Do others see what God has done in your life? And do they praise God? Are they drawn to God? Are you basically being salt and light in a world where you proclaim what He's done for you? People see that and are drawn to Him. Do you do that? Go ahead and discuss that. Now here we get to the key verse for the day, and it's verse 4. Listen to this. Blessed is the one who trusts the Lord, who does not look to the proud, to those who turn aside to false gods. And so here it's very important to see then that God does draw us out, that He does establish us. And so the summary thought is this: how blessed is the one who trusts the Lord. And so let's go to the next question. Question number 4. How is trusting the Lord essential to living a life that's blessable? And so we see here the psalmist doesn't want to put his trust in other things. He wants to put his trust in the Lord. How blessed is the one who trusts the Lord. Let me ask you one final question. Where do you typically put your trust? If it's not the Lord, where do you tend to run first? Go ahead and discuss that. Well, I hope that you've been able to see today that if you're going to live a life that's blessable, it's got to start by trusting God, not trusting in all these other things that will fall. There are a lot of people who want you to trust in them, but they'll fail you. There's only one rock. It's Jesus Christ. And we want to be placed upon that rock. Aren't you thankful today that when you trust God, He can draw you out of the miry pit and set your feet on the solid rock? When you trust the Lord, your life will be blessable. Hey, thanks for joining me today for this week's study guide. So God bless you.